Welcome to Health-Based Building, the new metrics in sustainable design and construction. What's wrong with the current metrics? The current metrics is poisoning us and polluting the planet. Health-Based Building has investigated the existing metrics design principles to establish that they are not sustainable. They exhibit an endless zeal for reducing energy consumption, which has the potential to deliver carbon emission reductions while ignoring the toxic building materials involved in achieving those outcomes. The current metrics promotes unsustainable plastic materials such as spray foam insulation. The current metrics promote airtightness but fails to address long-term environmental impacts. The current metrics promote flexible plastic wraps to establish weather protection and airtightness, but fails to address long-term environmental impacts. Health-Based Buildings investigations have confirmed the current metrics has led to the average 3-bedroom home containing in excess of 500 kilograms of plastic. Homes involving large volumes of plastic may establish a warm indoor environment, but they are far from healthy. This volume of plastic increases when a green sustainable focus enters to involve additional plastics to establish airtightness. All of these plastics break down into microplastics over time. Microplastics have invaded our soil, water, air and bodies. They are coupled to all forms of plastic involved in construction. Microplastics have become the most health-impacting plastics known to humankind. The climate crisis is undeniable, and the current metrics involve long-term life cycle analysis for building materials. However, they fail to acknowledge that a built environment's life expectancy is now dependent on its location and the impacts of climate change. New buildings built to current metric standards, inclusive of toxic plastics, are being torn apart by weather events within 5 years of their construction date and distributed across our land, air and oceans. Reducing energy consumption and carbon emissions are outcomes involved in the assessment framework connected to green lending criteria. The banking sector references to the existing metrics to establish green lending criteria. The current metrics' failure to consider building material impacts on the planet and human health has established flawed lending criteria that communicate positive and sustainable outcomes to consumers in the absence of the facts related to plastics, toxicity, and impacts on our planet and human health. There will be a point of realization that will revalue built environments downward, as was the case with asbestos. The current metric has failed to consider leading environmental publications such as the Brundtland Report, Our Common Future, which emphasizes the urgent need for sustainable development, which balances economic growth, environmental preservation, and social equity to ensure that current generations meet their needs without impacting future generations. Our planet and future generations cannot afford to continue with the current metrics poisoning the planet and impacting human health. There is a better way. Health-Based Building the new metrics with Foreverbreathe Specification, the most advanced construction specification on the planet. Foreverbreathe Specification eliminates plastics and toxicity from all built environments while embedding. Affordability, carbon emission reductions, high performance, and a healthy home. The Foreverbreathe specification begins with either concrete or sustainable timber foundations tailored to your home's needs. Choosing sustainable timber framing ensures a robust and eco-friendly structure. Magnum board is used as a rigid air barrier. The wall lining and flooring layers ensure the interior is enclosed, making a breathable and airtight environment. Depending on the design, exterior claddings can be directly or cavity fixed. Sheep's wool insulation establishes exothermic performance, efficiently managing temperature and moisture. The third layer, the Magnum board interior wall and ceiling lining, increases airtightness and combined with vapor-permeable paint ensures continuous vapor diffusion. A 6.7 kilowatt heat pump set at 21 degrees regulates heating and cooling for the average 3 or 4 bedroom home. Maintaining a constant 19.1 degrees in summer and winter ensures indoor air pressure above the outdoor level. The Foreverbreathe Specification will passively ventilate moisture away from the home to keep the average humidity below 45%. Localized ventilation is required in high moisture areas such as bathrooms, laundries and kitchens. The superior performance of the specification happens 24/7 in everyday use, converting moisture to free energy to heat and cool the home. In winter, moisture within indoor humidity diffuses into the wool insulation, where exothermic heat vaporizes and passively ventilates it away, helping to reduce energy consumption and keep the home warm and comfortable. In summer, this exothermic performance retains moisture in the wool insulation for longer before vaporizing and releasing, helping reduce energy consumption and keep the home cool and comfortable without the cost of overworked air conditioning. Health-based building demonstrated their commitment by dedicating time, money and resources to validate the Foreverbreathe specification. This dedication culminated in constructing a full-scale test facility on Colombo Street in Christchurch, New Zealand. Here, we capture real-time data demonstrating the consistent performance of Foreverbreathe homes. This isn't theoretical. It's proven, tested and ready to redefine how we build. It simplifies construction while meeting all sustainable development goals: energy efficiency, affordability, human health and environmental protection. Monitored 24/7, the results speak for themselves. Health-based building, the new metrics in sustainable design and construction, detoxifying and decarbonising our built environments. Contact Health-based building today.